Space Coconut.
Okay, so today, so I don't have to play Dead by Daylight, we're gonna watch somebody else do it. Brennan asked me if I would review hack gameplay, because I haven't in a long time. Because, people don't really watch the channel for that, but I figured I would. So here is what he has to say. Imagine this in a much manlier voice, because he probably has a much manlier voice than I do. Before I get started with this email, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to help me improve. It means a lot, and I'm a massive fan of your content. Hooray, thank you. I'm often able to end chases quickly, but struggle with applying pressure to generators. In this particular game, their sabotaging really threw me off, but bought me a little more time. I don't go for survivors that have more time to recover because I usually don't find them, which wastes time, and Deerstalker doesn't seem worthy of a perk slot. I decided to bring Noed because the game often goes all the way to endgame, and it usually helps me snag a cheeky kill. I brought Ruin so I can spook survivors off generators and not have to worry about kicking it before chasing. Monitor and Abuse is so I can sneak up on survivors more easily, and possibly throw them off, and of course Sloppy Butcher to slow the game down. Please go hard on me, I'm open to advice. You asked for it. Okay, so I haven't watched this at all. I'm watching it for the first time here as we go. So I'm gonna go back to the email and I want to look at the perks. Okay, so we're playing with Noed, Ruin, Monitor and Abuse, and Sloppy Butcher. Okay, so right off the bat, Monitor and Abuse, that's going to be good for getting your hits in if you're just chasing it and you're not using your pallets, or not focusing on using your pallets. Sloppy Butcher is good to an extent. I don't like it by itself as the only anti-healing perk in a build. I don't like using it just by itself. I've done it sometimes, but I don't really like it. Noed, fine choice. Ruin, I don't think you need to double up on Noed and Ruin. Although in a mind game, they might cleanse Ruin, but then leave the other dull totems open because they're not going to be expecting Noed. So that could be a mind game. So for all intents and purposes, you are running with two perks, Monitor and Abuse and Sloppy Butcher, neither of which are really going to help you slow the game down. Now, this is just my opinion. I don't know how the match is going to go. Okay, so with the initial stuff out of the way, let's take a look at this. I like that part, that spot too. Okay, so in the shack, I like putting traps less in the shack these days, since I just noticed the tiers on your things. Noed is fine, but you're going to be better off using something else than tier 1 Monitor and Abuse. But the trap in the shack, if there's a generator in the center of the thing, they might not move on the side to the window, they might not move to the side of the pallet. I'm not sure how this is going to go. It could go well, but I prefer to put the trap on the door, or on the doorway without the pallet. That's just a preference that I have. I like putting one up there on the ramp. We have a gen going. It's out to the left. Very good. I was thinking the same thing. Now we did have another survivor there, and they're probably going to finish that gen. They're at a T-wall. Okay, so in this case, what I would have done, let's go back a little bit. Okay, so she went in this way. Right now she can't see you, and you know that she's going to go around this thing. So it might have been worth it to plant a trap here in the middle of the chase, because then she would have hit it. But we're going to go back to the other loop. She's going to go around it. Oh, good. Oh, that scared me. That scared me. I jumped. Alright. First gen. No, she kept running. I don't think she's there anymore. Yeah, I think she kept running. No, there she is to the left. In the shack. I'm not sure how... Oh, there goes Ruin. I'm not sure how you couldn't hear her. I heard her in the shack, I believe. Let's see, let's go back here. Okay, I hear her in the left, so I think she's in the shack at this point. So, the fact that you missed this, the fact that you couldn't hear her, or ignored her, I'm not sure if you ignored her, I don't know why you would. I don't think you heard her. So your settings in your headphones might be a little off. You might want to turn those up. You might want to invest in some better headphones, because I heard her and it would have been an easy chase to set up a trap in the middle of the shack or make her run into it, since you had already placed a trap here. So we missed it. We missed a hit here because you couldn't hear her. We have 5 traps available, so these... Now there she is. Oh, almost got her. She might have dead hard if she's looking back like that. Oh. Alright. Well, at least you got her anyway, but we lost another gen because of that. And then this is where the pressure comes in. Oh, somebody else is there. He's... Okay. Okay, here comes the sabotage. It's good that he did that where you couldn't see him, but here's where reaction time comes in. I'm assuming that she's gonna wiggle off, that you're not gonna be able to get this hook, but there's a hook over here. We go here. The chase goes off, and I wasn't sure what was happening. I see that arm come down. First thing I would have done was turn straight right around and go to the other hook. He can't catch up to you at that point, but if you swing and don't make it to this next hook, that might be a thing. But you might get to it. Oh, put her down instead. So now she's definitely not getting on that hook. So when it comes to the sabotage, they have to take time and they have to dedicate themselves to that hook. If you see them getting that, they're probably going to get the sabotage. If you are aware of another hook, turn around. Go somewhere else immediately. Don't bother hitting that survivor. Let them waste their time on the sabotage and get the hook. Okay, so he kept running, but he ran through this jungle gym, so it's going to be worth it to set a trap there. I mean, no matter... Ooh. Well, that was lucky. Oh, that's... Oh. That was a bad swing. I do those all the time, so don't feel bad. She's going down. Oh, dead hard. Oh, maybe not. Alright. Get the other... I would have... Okay. So what I would have done was get the first survivor on the hook. They've recovered quite a bit, and they would have been... they're an easy pickup. She would have had more time to recover before she could get picked up. So if you go after the first survivor, hook them on that hook that was, nearby. Oh no, wait, you dropped her. I forgot about that. Never mind. Good call. Oh, there it is again. You probably could have made it. I'm not sure. So this is all decision making, honestly. This is who to hook, when to turn around, when to swing. These are all decisions that you have to make or not make. Good choice. He's going for the rescue. Now, I would have hooked... I like trapping hooks for this reason. I know some hags don't like to trap hooks, although I don't know why that is. Okay, we only have 2 traps on the ground, so you'd want to be setting traps here. You have them all on the run, you actually have time to do so. They're all healing, especially. And Sloppy Butcher is going to slow this down a little bit. And that trap is gone. Setting one where she was blind. Okay, let's go back. Okay, so you're chasing her, and right here, the window is off to your left. She's looking back at you. She's keeping track of you. She's going to run this loop. As soon as she loses sight, she loses sight of you, drop a trap. Do a quick spin, drop the trap, and then continue the loop. Because you would have had her right there. Or be a genius and do it the other way. This poor Claudette has no idea what she's doing. And this is where it is. Okay, so let's focus on that, okay? We drop her, and we hear him on the right-hand side. We know he's going to sabotage the hook, okay? He's on the right-hand side, so immediately look to your left. Look to your left, look for other hooks, and go that way instead. The one straight ahead of you would have been a good option, because that one's done, right? You also probably could have made it to this hook up here. Since he's in that direction, he might have beat you to it, but he was injured, so you would have had the down anyway, and then could have gotten him on this hook. You need to look at your environment and be able to make an instant decision as to what to do. They want you to drop them, and by dropping them, you're playing their game. I'm not sure how the match ends, but giving them this time to recover probably hurts you. But you could have made it to the hook on the left, and you could have made it here without dropping her. Actually, I think there was also... Is that one? You also could have made it to this hook. There were 3 hooks that you could have taken her to instead of dropping her. Also, you're chasing this guy and there are no traps over here. By dropping her, you gave her instant wiggle time, so now there's no way you're getting her to any hook. She's probably going to get picked up right now, if I had to guess. I was wrong. Drop a trap. Drop a trap. There you go. You probably could have faked this one. The window here is open. You probably could have faked her out by going up here and then double back and do the swing through the pallet. Now she's going to run to the pallet. She's not going to go through the door. We have 1 gen left. Oh, she kept running. Oh! Very good. Very good. We have one gen left. They're all on that end, actually. I wouldn't even worry about a trap here, honestly. Get to those 3 gens, find out which one they're trying to work on, and lock the area down. This one's almost done. And this is why I say pop would be better. Here's a thing. When you go for a lunge, the lunge ends as soon as you let go of the mouse button. I don't think I can do this. Oop, not that one. Playback speed, 1/4 speed, okay? If you let go of the mouse during your lunge, the split second before they drop the pallet or before it hits you, you connect. So let me do this real quick. Alright, that was awful. We're going to mute this because it's going to be awful, right? So, let's just do this. Right? Here, if you let go of the mouse in this instant and instead of holding on to the mouse button to continue moving forward, he automatically comes forward to drop the pallet, and your swing goes through even though visually it won't. This is a weird little feeling tech thing, I guess, that I haven't explained to anybody before. But if you let go of your lunge right before they drop a pallet, you actually connect with your head. Yeah. Okay. Yep, that's what I would do. Now we find out where else they are. That was a fast heal. Okay. Very good. Very good. Yep, we can set this one up. Instead of... Oh, she was right there. That's interesting. Okay. Alright, so you're confused. You don't know what to do in this moment. You're close to a survivor. The gen on that side is basically done. I don't think this is a good spot. I would have actually continued chasing the survivor you found. Trap up the jungle gym that you were near, and try and take her out. If I'm right, that pallet was gone also, so you would have had a pretty good chance of downing her. She might have also run towards the other survivors, interrupting them working on the gen. But instead we let all 3 of them go and do their thing. And get lucky. Okay, he's right there. He's waiting for you to put her up. So, leaving her on the ground, please pick her up. Please pick her up. You know he's trying to... Very good. Nope. Hey! And she got picked up. You want to hook survivors. You want to hook them. You had one guy on the ground, you needed to get that other hook. They're going to pick up the other guy, and then the 3 are probably going to work on a gen rather than healing. And again, we're not setting a trap. I'm not sure why. Okay, that's not necessary. It's really not. I mean, it's just you just want to go around the thing. You do slow down every time you lunge. Let's see here. Where'd she go? Oh, there she goes. Oh, she didn't keep running. That's too bad. But yes, herd her towards it. Oh, she's very smart. Still looking behind her. Not sure what that's about. But this poor Claudette doesn't really know what she's doing, so... Okay, so all three of them should be working on that gen. And they're not. Interesting. It might have been a better choice to go look at the other two gens. Look at me being wrong. Oh, look at me being right. And then there's no trap on the hook. They're both full. Did adrenaline kick in? I think it did. Oh, Noed. I forgot about Noed. Get her on the hook. Well, yeah, get her on the hook. You can get one at least. Was there somebody there? Oh, she got picked up, or she picked up herself. I thought I also saw scratch marks on the trees, so... At this point... And... no, it is gone. At this point, the survivors have basically won. You take your kill and you go, basically. Oh, but wait, he's going to sabo this hook. And instead of dropping her, you could have made it to this hook or the hook over on the right. Oh, lucky. Lucky that he did that. Screw the other survivors, just get him on the hook. Screw that guy. The one that was sabotaging the whole thing. No, man, I would have gotten him on the hook. Oh. Okay. Set up a trap. Yep. The other guy got up. If they have borrowed time, they're getting this. Oh, he's dead. Okay. Are they going to set that one off? Don't know what that is. Very good. This one wasn't necessary. Okay. Get ready for that. Pick a survivor. 2 of them are getting away. Three of them are getting away. Indecision. Indecision took this from you. And bad headphones, possibly. So yeah. Every single time they, what was his name? Ash sabotaged a hook and you dropped the survivor, that took away, your momentum. It stopped you from being able to get them on the hook and end them sooner. The only reason they escaped was because you dropped them each time. You need, in this match, especially this part, with not hearing her in the shack, You burned some seconds. You did get her down, but you burned time that they had to work on gens by not hearing her for some reason in that shack. But every time you dropped the survivor when they sabotaged, instead of running to a different hook, that cost you the game. If you run into more sabotage or things like that, you need to be more aware of your surroundings. Don't be hyper focused on the hook that's right in front of you. Look at all of the hooks. Look at the 3 nearest hooks, or at least an alternative hook. Because right in this image, we have 2. One on the left, one on the right. We go to the one on the left, we see him crouch down, we know exactly what he's going to do. You probably could have made this. Every time you dropped the survivor, you were in a position where you probably could have hooked them. You especially would have if you changed direction immediately. I can't stress that enough. I was doing a Freddy match. It was a rough match. It wasn't a good match by any means, but they tried to do that, but they never got me with that sabotage. You need to be more aware of where you're going. So in particular, if you're fighting sabotage, which I figure is rare, you shouldn't run into it that often. Seriously, the very simple solution is to go to another hook. Because if they go to a hook and they think that you're going to change direction, they might stop working on that hook to try and beat you to the second hook. But at that point, they're behind you. They're reacting to what you are doing. That's kind of all I can have to say about that. I really think the sabotage was your downfall, dropping the survivors when you didn't have to, when you had other chances to get them on the hooks. Monitor and abuse with one little thingy isn't going to help you. If you have access to Pop Goes the Weasel, that probably would have helped you. Noed is fine. Ruin died almost right away, so it's a hex perk, so you only had Sloppy Butcher to help you out here, so yeah. If you want to use Sloppy Butcher, you want to keep using it and you have access to it, Thanatophobia might be okay to pair up with it. That's what I'm looking at here. All in all, I liked your set, your trap placements. All of them looked pretty good. You did get frazzled and focused on downing survivors, so you had 8 or several traps, and you couldn't get to the other areas to trap those. But with that, with them focusing on other gens, you had a pretty easy 3-gen strat set up. Unfortunately, you weren't able to get the hooks in the early part of the match in order to be able to down them or get them out of the game sooner during that 3-gen strat situation you had. So yeah, I think you did as good as you could have, but start paying attention to everything else around you. If somebody's going to sabotage a hook, don't go after them. Look around for another hook, get your hook, and then chase that person, because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make you drop the survivor. All in all, good job. Good job. Before I ask anybody else to submit videos for me to review and that sort of nonsense, let me know what you thought about this video in particular, because if you don't enjoy it, I'm not going to do it. That's kind of where it comes down to. Let me know what you thought. Let me know if it helped you in the comments below, because I'm sure Brennan would appreciate that his suffering was able to help somebody else too. So, until next time, I'll see you in the fog.